Media 247. My name is Royal King. Today is going to be something different, something extravaganza. Why am I here with these two sisters, beautiful sisters, sitting down here with me? Why African American women date African guys? It's having a big banner out there. Why African guys dating African American women? Are they dating African American women because of green card? Because live in luxury? Because when they get here in America, they don't have no documents, so they are trying to deal with these African American women to get documents to stay in America. Some people will say, quote unquote, African American women dating African guys because they take care of home. When you have kids with them, they cook, they clean, they wash, they do everything at home. That's why some ladies or some African American women like to date African guys. What's your thought out there? What's your mind out there? Put your comment below so that we can able to figure something out right here. Like I said earlier on, I have my beautiful sisters over here. They'll go ahead and mention their names. And we're gonna have a bigger platform here to talk about this. It's something that African American women cannot understand it. African guys, some cannot understand it. So we have to dive in this morning to figure it out. What's your thought? Stick and stay with African Media 247. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, folks. Like I said earlier on, I have my beautiful sisters over here. Hey, what's your name?
My name is Kanika. Good morning, kings and queens. I am originally from the DFW area, and I'm a pharmacy technician.
Okay, pharmacy technician, DFW. Yes. When you say DFW, that means what? Dallas-Fort Worth?
Dallas-Fort Worth, baby, the Metroplex.
The Metroplex.
Yes. Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. So what's your name?
Roberta.
Roberta?
Good morning, and I am also from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I am employed as a business liaison.
So you have a lot of business techniques, right?
Yes.
Well, the question over here today that a lot of people cannot get a clear understanding of that is why some African American women like dating some African guys. They can't go without African guys in their life. That's a question out there. It's a big question mark right there.
That we can't go without?
Some African American women. Not all African American women, but some African American women. What's your thought?
Well, I've had my share of dating. Now, I haven't had like a serious relationship to where we were living together. But as far as dating and trying to see if we can get to that next level, it just never happened. But I do find guys that are from Africa, shall you say, whether they were born over here or whether they're here for 6 months or they just got here or whatever the case may be. I find them very interesting from all different parts of Africa. You got Cameroon or whatever, Cameroon. You have Nigerians, you have Kenya, you have Ghana. Sierra Leone?
Sierra Leone,
yes,
Liberia.
You have that, Liberia. God, the list goes on and on. And I've actually had a little hint, you know what I'm saying, of each and every one of them, and they're all different.
Okay.
In their own way, but I don't know. I like them. They good. They have the potential of being good men, but that's every man, I think, that has the potential of being a good man. But I am attracted to good-looking Africans. I'm very attracted to
good-looking Africans.
Good-looking Africans.
Okay.
I love it.
You love it.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thought?
I'm gonna piggyback right where she left off because I know, and I can't speak for all of them, but the ones that I have encountered are well groomed, and they like to be well groomed. They like to smell good, and they always like to dress and look the part, which is very attracting for me. I like the accent. I think is my main thing. that draws me to them. I don't have a preference. I would date probably any race, but they normally approach me. And I don't know if it's because of my all natural hair or I don't know. It's something about the look that I feel like they approach me.
So all the time, these African guys approach you?
Yes.
Okay, let's look at it from this angle. Some people, you meet them on the street, they will tell you that African guys are aggressive when they tell you that they like you, the one that they see you or they meet you, they're like either in the bus, train station, in the club, office, anywhere, the first word that are gonna come out of their mouth like, oh, I like you. Mm. But in America, you can't just say I like you in the one that you see the person. You have to study the person, get along with the person, maybe hang out with the person, maybe dates or something, then you can study the person and go from there. But when you meet these African guys, because like in Africa, you have Ghana, in West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Liberia, the Gambia, Senegal, Cape Verde, Mali.
Yeah.
You go to the east, you will see like Sudan, Tanzania, Kenya. You come to the south, South Africa, Mozambique, Botswana, Namibia, Angola. You go to the north, you see Morocco, Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria. You have all of these countries, and it's like you like a little bit of these people has been in your life.
Yeah. You know what? When I get approached, I don't ever approach them. You know what I mean? But when I get approached or introduced, like if I'm somewhere and introduced or get approached by the guys, we'll go out on a date. You know what I mean? And everything is good. So we talking, we vibing, everything is good. And then all of a sudden it turns to, I don't know if a sexual click hits off in their head or what. It's like, I want you. And then they're all over me. They want to kiss. They want to, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. You're doing too much. You're moving too fast. You're being a little aggressive. No, it's not because I don't like you. But give me a second. You know what I'm saying? So yes, they do. And I understand if you like something, you're going to go after it. You know what I'm saying? But I've had a lot that come across very, very, very aggressive.
Aggressive?
Yes.
I haven't experienced
I
that
have.
in the ones that I've encountered. That I wouldn't use the word aggressive. I think I would use persistent and direct.
Okay.
Yeah, they. I think sometimes gentlemen will try to feel you out and see, you know, is she interested in me? Is it okay to approach her or something like that? With them, the ones that I have encountered, and by them I mean Nigerian.
Yeah, but she all Nigerian over there, baby.
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm not well versed. I just from the Nigerian perspective of it. But they're not afraid to say, hey, I like you. I love your hair. You're beautiful. Like right in the first encounter, I want to take you out. Like, can I have your number? Like, they are not afraid to do that. And like with my friend, I wasn't very receptive in the beginning, but he was so persistent and consistent rather.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so here come the case like some African American ladies or women are saying that these Africans, when they get to the United States, they're just looking for green card. They're just looking for like, I want to get my documents.
I feel like some are.
That is the channel. If I date African American women, I'll get my documents, my green card, my citizenship, and exit. Do you think it's true?
For some, I really do. And again, I have not encountered that.
I have.
All the ones
I've encountered that. I've been approached with that proposition. Did I take? I thought about it. I ain't gonna lie. I thought about it because at the time it sounded good. It was gonna be beneficial to the both of us. But then as I thought about it, it's like I cannot do that because eventually we're gonna have to end up moving together. We're gonna have to live together. There's just so much that comes with that, and I didn't want to. I'm not no fake person, so I'm not gonna ready to fake until I don't care what kind of money that you got or what's going on. Okay. I'm not finna fake it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just not gonna do that, and I didn't want to do that. It just didn't feel right, with me personally. You know what I mean? So now I do know two successful people that are very close to me, women that has done that. They literally married the men, and they lived together. The men took care of the household, and they let the woman. They both had separate lives inside under one roof. And after so many years, then they went their own separate ways. They friends, but they not
go separate ways.
They went their separate ways, so it worked for them, but that wouldn't work for me.
But here comes some African guys that they are legit. When they meet African American women on the street, club, work, anywhere, they fall in love with a person, but then they want to build it in a certain level that I have a trust, I have a confidence in this woman that I'm dealing with. Because majority, when they step in America, they have no family here. And most Africans will say, oh, this is my family member. My family member is here. Exactly. My cousin is here.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be a schoolmate back home.
Yeah.
It might be like a family friend. But then Africans consider it to be like, oh, that's my uncle.
My brother,
that's my
whatever.
aunt. That's my niece. So in case of anything, they can just reach out to them and say, hey, uncle, this is what I'm doing. Aunt, this is what is going on. Hey, brother, this is what is going on. And Africans will step up and do that and supports them. Okay. In this case, majority of Africans, they come to the United States. When they come, they get into relationship with African American women. And they go to school. Maybe the African American woman will help the guy to go to school, find a job. Even some Africans don't know how to do application resume. Some Africans don't know how to go to worksource and go get a job or go be on a program. So all these African American women lead them, help them
with
to
the
do
resources
that.
and stuff.
Right.
Exactly. I think that if that person, that friend, you know what I'm saying, that they dealing with or whatever, they should want to help them to evolve. You know what I mean? If they're not trying to do that, then you already know that's probably just for one thing, and that's gonna be for whatever they can get out of you.
Yeah, we were talking about this a little earlier. It's about how you feel about the person. If the love is there for that person, then you're eager to help them because you're growing together.
Exactly.
In a relationship.
And
so
just as a friend, you know.
But my question over here is, why do some African American women take an advantage of these Africans when they come here, even though the person don't have documents? And the person, maybe you help the person or you married to the person to get his green card, get his citizenship. Maybe you guys have house together, have a business running together. But at the end of the day, it tends to be chaos, all because he's from Africa.
Some people, male and female, they're on the come up. They're trying to live a certain lifestyle to progress in life, and it's about them, not so much the individual they're with. And I think that comes from males and females will do this, and they look to see what this person can do for them. And a lot of people are not good people, and they just take advantage of companies, individuals, because they think they have lack of knowledge. So when you find African men that are new here to the States, some people, again, male and female, will think, okay, I can tell this individual this is how it's supposed to be, and they will not know due to lack of knowledge. So they're feeding off of what they're getting from an individual that they're trusting and falling in love with, but it may not be the same on the other side. You see what I'm saying? So they will take advantage, and there's just a lot of people in this world. You see scammers everywhere that are trying to make an easy buck, and they see them as prey, and they go for it.
And it's about the foundation. It's about the foundation that you said when y'all meet each other. So if he made it seem like, hey, like on a tricking level, then that's just how it's gonna be. You can't expect. And if he fall in love, he fall in love. If she fall in love, she fall in love. But what was it based off of? What did it root up from?
And you kind of set the tone
so
in the
you
beginning.
You set the tone from the beginning.
If you meet a gentleman that's an African gentleman and you say, hey, I want to go out, and I've noticed from the gentlemen that I have dated, like they like to be able to pay and open doors and take care, of their women. They see that in the beginning, and some of them, it's like ding, 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 like, okay, this guy does all of this right off the bat. Let me see if he'll do this. Will he pay this
Yeah.
bill? Will he buy this for me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, will he take care of this? Get my car fixed. They just start to just pile up and pile up till they say, okay, when you put the money in the account, just give it to me. Let me take care of everything. And yeah.
But I think nowadays a lot of they done got burnt, or they done seen people get burned so much, African men. So now they just on alert. So any red flag or any trigger, and it probably not even be, you know, a bad person or a bad woman or American woman. That's an alert for them. Like, oh, you better go. You better not talk to her, because she gonna try to get you for everything that you got, or destroy you, like you was saying. You know, build things with you and then try to rip them from you when things don't go her way.
Okay.
So, but you saying that American or African American men like dating American women, I really don't think that. I really don't think that.
You don't think that African American guys like to date African American women? Why? Why are you saying that?
Because they think they're probably gonna get, you know, they think we done set up a bad reputation. African American women has, because they done did so much. They doing damage still to African American men. I mean, not African American men. I'm sorry, to African men. They doing they doing damage. Like you said, what happened to somebody that you know, and the woman and the man.
Yeah. So in this case, like some African American women like dating African guys because of taking advantage of some certain stuff, and some African guys like dating African American women because they want to get opportunity for certain stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
But let's look at it in this way. When you meet some African American women, they will tell you that I don't want to date African American guy. Some African American guys do what they're supposed to do. Take care of home, take care of their kids, take care of their wife, build businesses together. But at the end of the day, you see them like, oh, I divorced my husband, I divorced my wife, and now the guy will be going up and down to court. The guy will end up in prison. So sometimes when a friend or a brother go to such situation, a brother sitting at the corner looking at it, oh, I am African American guy. Look at what he's going through, so I don't want to deal with African American women.
Yeah.
So you see this black guy at the mall, in the club, Walmart, Target, with a white woman. Then the black woman become aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why so?
Because I mean, okay, let me say this. I am not racist by any means, but I do, knowing what I know now and being more educated, you know, with my culture and everything, I know the value and the worth of a black king and a black queen.
Right.
So yes, that make me feel some type of way, because it's like, really, we already, I mean, I ain't gonna bring that other topic up, but us sisters, you know what I'm saying, are already have enough competition as it is with getting a black brother.
Okay.
So you mean to tell me that somebody else from another culture / race is with, that's what be mine over there, or that's what be my sisters over there? You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not saying I'm racist. You like what you like, and you know, whatever floats your boat. But I'm just saying, you know, I think that a lot of black men, I'm gonna just put everybody in the same category. Black is black. We all got that melanin, you know. So a lot of black men, they give up on black sisters, and you know, I don't know if it's because it's easier for them to go outside their race, you know, and I'm pretty sure maybe less stress or whatever like that. But you know, to me, I think it's weak.
It's weak.
It's weak.
What's your thoughts about that?
To me, it's good in every race. I mean, I don't discriminate. So to me, I feel like it's what you've experienced.
Okay.
If I have dated, just a hypothetical example, if I date short men and they always have a short concept where they're always frustrated and upset with me when I can reach something on the top shelf and they can't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna go that route anymore because I've done this 3, 4, 5 times and it always gives the same outcome. So it's just like you majority rule kind of thing. You're like, if every woman I encounter that's this race does this, then no, I'm not gonna go with that a few times. But there's good in every race. So where you say all black women are angry, I'm sitting here and talking to this lovely lady and she has not put off any type of hostility at all. So that's a myth. But if that's what you've experienced, the multiple times, you're gonna think that's what I'm gonna get every time out of this experience. So no, I'm gonna go this route. And of course you have society and social media that's portraying women in this light, and they're portraying like, I don't know, like say they're like the Beckys with the good hair, like that's the route like you want to go if you want to live a peaceful life, you know. You see all of this and it gets in your head and you think, okay, maybe so you go with that person and you, or that race or that particular individual, and you get a good outcome. So you share that information with your buddies and friends when you're sitting down, all the guys out, you're talking about females, and you're like, well, I don't have any trouble when I date this particular, you know, girl, or we're good, he met her, he's getting married to her, it must be good, you know, so do this or that. But to me, it's all about the individual.
It's all about the individual. This is African Media 247. My name is Roy Akin, having a great conversation with my beautiful sisters out here, Black Queens.
Power to the people.
Talking about why African American women like dating. Some African American women like to date African guys. It's broad. We can't finish it today, but we will just we will learn what we're supposed to learn or know what we're supposed to know. Let me ask you this question. You know, most of the times when these African brothers step a foot in America, maybe when they meet a lady like a black woman and maybe have kids already, so maybe the relationship didn't work out for you well, and the African guy step in. When the African guy step in, then the African guy become a target because maybe your ex-husband, your baby daddy, your ex-baby daddy don't like this African guy, and it become problem. It doesn't make some of these African guys feel comfortable, and some African American women will say, "Oh, I don't care if I talk to my ex-boyfriend, if I talk to my ex-husband." And do you think it is right for somebody who is dating African guy, somebody who is in relationship with such person, just don't know anything, and the person step a foot in America, and you're telling the person like, "Oh, I like to talk to my ex-husband or my ex-boyfriend." Do you think it's right?
Y'all probably gonna get tired of me saying this, but I really think it depends on the individual.
I
can only speak off experience, and I know, like, when I've met them and we're getting to know each other and talk, we do talk about that because I have kids. So they're like, what about the father? Like, is he in the picture? Like, is everything okay? They ask me those things. And as long as you guys talk about it and you're in agreement on it, in the relationship, it's always worked out for me. Just side note, it works out because the father's not in the picture, but I don't know how it would be if we were in good communication. I can't speak on that, but I know it is a concern for the African men that I have dated. They always do ask when they see that I have kids, they want to know, like, is the father still in the picture and how is that going? But I will add to that and say they always embrace not just me, but my children and my family as well. And that does not stop. Like, they always are very concerned about my kids like they're their own. And I love that about them.
You were saying something that when these African guys, when you first meet them and they start dealing with you, in the beginning the conversation is great. Relationship is great. They wash your car, they cook at home, they do the laundry, and they do all the backyard work and everything. By the time that you get off from work, they come and pick you up. By the time you get home, dinner is ready, you finish eating, sit in the couch, watch a movie, have a great conversation. Along the line of the relationship, something goes bad, and then all of a sudden they tend to be Americanized. Why were you saying that?
Yeah, because they become influenced. You know, they get to going out. By America. I think they getting influenced by American men. And they getting seduced by different type of women. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think that's all men.
The person is in relationship with you.
But look, let me tell you something.
Okay.
African guys, I feel, have more morals. Mm-hmm. They have more values. Mm-hmm. They're more, family based. To me, they are. Strong within their relationships. If they, got their woman or whatever, they're strong in their foundation. But I believe that they get weak the more they're exposed to the American life.
They get weak?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes. They're not as committed as they used to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They cheating. I ain't gonna lie, they cheating or messing with this girl, that girl, or they just doing stuff that they wouldn't normally do at the beginning. Mm-hmm. They just start to do stuff that they wouldn't normally do. Okay. So it takes away. It's like, okay, well, what happened to your morals? What happened to your values? And your strength. It just seems like they become weaker and weaker.
Do you think it's gonna be good that African guy is supposed to do everything to make the relationship look better, make the relationship be like crystal ball?
You're implying for them to pay for everything, buy everything, cook, clean, and do all of that. When you say everything, is that?
Let me come in this way. Right now we're sitting down over here. When I pick up a phone and I call my friend, hey, Jason, hey, Tyra, hey, Kofi, hey, Sammy, come on, let's go to this restaurant and let's go eat. Mm-hmm. Right? In American perspective, American understanding, when we get to the restaurant, everybody paying individually. You put your card down, then you pay for what you eat or what you drink or what you eat or something like that. But in African culture, when you were sitting down, when you were at your home, I called you like, hey, Jason, Kofi, Sammy, whoever, just come, let's go out and go eat something. I know what is in my pocket. That's why I'm calling my friends to come.
To
pay. Because I know what is in my pocket. Yeah. So I can afford for 4 people. Mm-hmm. So let me afford for these people. It's in the situation whereby this time, the table turned. So some African American women go out. They call their friends. They call their cousins. Okay, now, Mr. Kofi, Mr. Ogumasho, Mr. Ola, Mr. whatever, you got to pay for almost 10, 15 people on the table.
That's crazy, but they do it. The women do it. I call them new vixen, wannabe reality, fake females. Yeah, they do that because they feel like because they got all the makeup on, they got the booty jobs, they popping, looking like Cardi B wannabes around here. They feel like they should have, and a man should do whatever they ask them to do. It shouldn't be no problem.
What are we talking about here? Because your example is in a friend and family setting, mm-hmm. and I feel like you're talking about a relationship setting. Like, what are we talking about here? Because I can go out with a group of girls that are my friends, mm-hmm. and maybe somebody pays for the first round of drinks, or somebody says, I'll get all the appetizers, put that on my bill, mm-hmm. but they're not flipping the whole bill for everyone mm-hmm. that comes. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. And if that's what in your culture for whoever asked everybody to come out to pay, that's fine too. In a relationship, if you ask me, or if you're dating someone and you ask me out on a date, mm-hmm. I'm going to assume that you're going to pay.
No, I think what he was talking about is that's like me and you went out. Mm-hmm. And that's the example that I got from you. And we all had went out, just me and you and all the girls, and then I called one of my little African buddies to come and pay for everybody. Me and mines, right?
Mhm.
Is that what you was talking about, right?
Right.
Yeah, to come and pay for mines. You got women that do that. They expect for the guy that they messing around with to come and pay for me, you, and all my homegirls.
Oh, no.
Now,
I think I have actually experienced, and not expected,
Okay.
but experienced being out with my friend or the African gentleman that I'm dating.
and
And
then
whoever's at that table,
Yeah.
and he's paying for me as well, he's gonna pay for everything.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong
Okay.
with
And
that.
that's not what I'm asking him to do. Now I do notice that.
Yeah.
And I don't think. Well, sometimes I have experienced that with American men as well. So,
Mhm.
but I know every time they're
No.
going to pay for whomever's with me
Okay.
as well as with me.
Well,
I don't think it should be every time, because at a point it's gonna be like, hold on, baby, because I know you're gonna have to save some of that for me. Wait a minute. 'Cause hold on, you did the first round. That's enough. You getting a little generous.
Okay. This is African Media 247 once again. I'm still talking about African guys and African American women over here. Most of the times, majority of what I've seen or what I've experienced, African guy will be in a relationship with African American women, or African American woman will be in a relationship with African guy. There is a phrase out there like, if you like me, you have to like my dog. If you like me, you have to like my kids. If you like me, you have to like everything around me. In that moment, this African guy, we talk about black empowerment. I have more melanin in me. I did my DNA, and my DNA say I'm from Leone. I did my DNA say, oh, part of me is from Ghana, part of me is from Nigeria, part of me is from South Africa. I'm so proud. Black empowerment, black history and culture. When Juneteenth, we see you walking. When we talk about Martin Luther King, you over there. When you're talking about Garvey, you over there. When you meet all these African guys, you are happy. But along the line, when the same African guy cook the food, he say, "Oh, your food nasty. It's
I don't know.
No, I don't eat African food.
I do.
No.
I
don't
even
wanna-
cooks it. I'm just in love.
I've seen a lot of people. I know somebody, a friend of mine. The guy cannot cook in his house because the woman, the wife, never like African food, and
Okay,
this
hold
woman
on.
is African American woman, and then he be like, oh no. I
Okay,
cannot
so
stand it.
he said he already knew what it was before he even married her. He shouldn't even marry her, because I'm pretty sure she complained about it
In the beginning.
in the beginning.
Okay.
So if she, as we was talking about earlier, if she could not compromise, then y'all shouldn't even be married.
Yeah, and like we were talking earlier, it's a red flag. It's a red flag, because then that person doesn't genuinely love you.
Because that's part of your culture. That's part of your. That's part of
Right,
you.
and I'm not saying they have to like it or eat it, but
But to say you can't cook it,
right
in
it's
our
kind of
house?
like there's some
No,
kind of compromise.
we're not doing
with-
that.
But in some case, you can marry a crook. You can marry a crook.
and not even know it.
Go to a court, sign marriage certificate, have a big wedding, have a big honeymoon. After the honeymoon, you come 1 year, 2 years later. That is when the guy is gonna show you the other side of him. That's when
Yeah.
the lady gonna show the other side of her.
Yeah.
So in this point, you don't know like this is what is gonna happen. Sometimes some of these African guys, maybe the African American woman will like, okay, move in with me. Some of these, sometimes some of the guys will say, okay, you move in with me, and the woman move in with the guy. Sometimes the guy will move in with the lady. But then along the line, that is where all this gonna trigger. Why so? So that one is not a red flag.
They had wrong intentions from the first place. The motives was wrong, or wrong intentions, wrong motives, and it wasn't based off of love. It wasn't that friendship there. Obviously, it was just for another intention, another purpose. And now people can only be fake for so long.
Okay.
Well, I think it's similar to like an interviewing process. If I'm interviewing for a company to work for you, you're going to see the best me.
Okay.
You're not going to see every aspect of me. Like there's layers to it.
Okay.
There's layers to relationships and everything. And I think that's why you should meet somebody. You should date them and you should get to know them before like progressing. Like I said, I got trust issues. Like before progressing to that next level of even living together or marriage or something like that. Because that's going to happen all the time.
All the time.
All the time. And it's funny because the African gentlemen I have encountered are right off the bat know for a fact that they are attracted to me, they like me, and not to say that I'm the one for them, but they are like, okay, you're who I'm interested in right now.
Okay.
I've noticed that they have, the ones that I've encountered, I know everybody's different, but the ones that I've encountered have that characteristic. So I could see them jumping into a situation, because if I moved just as fast as they did, then heck, we'd be married and I'd be pregnant right here, right now, and then they're seeing all the other layers of me.
Okay.
But because I move slow, they're seeing all of that unfold and then dissecting it and saying like, do I want to go further with this girl?
Okay.
Can I take her personality now? I see she's playful, or I see she's cussing and she didn't cuss on our first date, because you're meeting the best me in the beginning, and they're like, they start to notice other little things and quirks, and they're like, oh, she's clingy, but you don't know someone's clingy once you first meet them, or when you first live with them, you start to gradually figure those things out. But if you take your time, I think you'll see. But I think they're real direct and insistent in the beginning. The ones that I've encountered, they're like, and they only pursue me, and which is I like. But
so how long do you think somebody's supposed to take her time to study African guy?
I don't even know if there is a number for that.
Because
I think it's only individual. Some guys I meet, they're real laid back, and then some you see they're kind of mysterious, if you will. Like, don't get me wrong, they're insistent. They're like, hey, I want to buy you a drink, I want to take you out. They might be all over you, like you said, like, hey, I want to have sex. But like, you may not know too much about them in the beginning either. So I don't know that there's a set number. Like,
well, my thing is, my dad always told me this. This is one of the good advices that he gave me. When a man and a woman go out on their first date, okay, you spend about an hour together. If y'all really got good vibes, y'all might spend a night together. Who knows? You know what I mean? The man automatically knows if he can see himself being with you for the rest of his life. And that's just like a woman. When we go on a date, we probably go in the bathroom and be like, girl, this not gonna work. Right. Or maybe be like, girl, it was good. Like, yes, I can see myself. Like, he cool. I can chill with him. You know that from the get go. But again, you do not. And then at the same time, it don't even matter. Like you was saying that you got to get to know that person and do all of that. I mean, that's true. You're gonna forever always trying to get to know somebody. Period. You know what I'm saying? People change.
They do. That's why you can't base it.
So I don't think I don't limit myself. I don't put no time limit on me. I don't put no time limit on no relationship. If I'm feeling you, now I'm not physically to go marry nobody in a month. I'm not physically to go move, do anything like that, really, really fast. But at the same time, I just try to use my wisdom. You pray about it and you go from there. But you have to pay attention because there are signs. And then talking about, if I'm with somebody that they ain't even with different cultures or not even just different cultures, we should be able to share some of the same traditions. I'm not saying we're going to like everything.
Right.
You're not going to like some of the things that I like.
But you teach each other.
But introducing. You got to be open-minded. You want to get with somebody that's open-minded, not somebody that's like, nah, I don't like, it's smart, nah. Yeah. You get somebody like that, they close-minded. If they're going to be close-minded about that, what else they not going to be close-minded about?
Right.
Or not going to want to try. So you want to get somebody that's going to be open-minded, somebody, that's going to flourish and grow, with you and not just stay stuck in they own little,
Right, because when you think about it, when you meet somebody, you don't know them. You're basing it off your attraction to them. It could be physical. It could be mental. It could be like something that they did that you like that attracts you. It could be a tall man. You know what I'm saying? You're like, okay, he's tall right off the bat. He can get my number. Like it could be anything.
Okay.
So you don't know them. And some people, African and whoever else included, they will just take that person and they'll say, I don't date around. So if I see you, I'm pursuing you. My interest is in you. Yeah. And I want to progress with you. I'm not worrying about anybody else. Like, I'm focused on you. And they're basing that off of the representative that she presented to them when they met her.
Yeah.
They don't have the full story on you as a person.
Yeah.
So through time, they learn that. But if they rush through it, then they're getting someone that they have not peeled back all the layers on.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's what it comes.
Well, our time is almost up. We got to wrap up. This is African Media 247 once again talking about why some African American women like dating African guys and why some African guys like dating African American women. This program is currently sponsored to you by Kumasi Supermarket located at Grand Prairie. Go there, you can get all your African groceries over there. Not forgetting A4 Cosmetics. If you want makeups, whatever that you need in cosmetics, just go online, look for A4 Cosmetics. Beauty. When you talk about beauty, A4 Cosmetics. Okay, now we're about to wrap up. I just want you to tell me 3 things you like about African guys and 3 things you don't like about African guys. 3 things you like about African American guys, 3 things you don't like about African American guys.
African guys. 3 things that I like. Again, I like that they take pride in their appearance. They try to dress the part when attending an event or so forth.
Okay.
I love their chivalry. They like to open the door. You don't have to convince them about taking care of home. They're okay with that. They're hard workers. Right off the bat, they're not one to sit home while the woman works. They're motivators. They want to succeed. They want to start a business. They want to be able to provide for their family.
Okay.
3rd thing is they're respectful. The traditional ones are respectful.
You don't have the traditional ones?
They are ma'am, yes ma'am. Right off the bat, they try to address properly and make sure they're respectful, and they pride themselves in making sure their children are raised that same way. 3 things that I dislike about African men. They
Be open over here. Just be open.
I think they're venturous in the bedroom, and that can be a plus. Don't get me wrong, ladies. That can be a plus, and it can be a negative, with depending upon your intimacy level.
Sexual
Sexual preference, so forth. I don't know if you want me to elaborate or not, or just keep that at that.
We're gonna talk about that
after. Want to catch the after show?
I'm curious about that one.
Okay.
Another thing that I dislike about African men would, and don't y'all judge me because I may be kind of a double standard here, but an event there would be on point, and I mean I'm talking suited and booted and smelling amazing, and then the next day y'all might just ride out to like the grocery store or something, and he's in polka dots and plaid and flip-flops and flip-flops, and he's okay with that. And another thing I dislike about African men, it's so hard because I do like them. Another thing that I dislike about African men is, I don't know if possessiveness would be the right word, but there are, they got to be in the know. Like, I don't think that my friend is possessive, but he's got to know. Like, if I had plans to like go to my cousin's wedding, and then after that I was going out of town or something like that, like I would have to be sure and make sure I tell him. If I don't, it's not an argument, but he's just like, why would you not tell me, kind of thing. I'm like, I can't check in and let you know every step I make. So that is a bit of a struggle sometimes. So I would say that would be one thing.
Okay, so get ready for your African American guys. We'll be right back. Kenika, what 3 things you like about African American guys and 3 things you don't like?
African American or African?
African American.
African American men. Oh goodness gracious, they're very versatile. So I guess that's a good thing. What else do I like about them? I like that they, they down to earth. They're a little bit more down to earth. They're not so, I guess, preserved. Mm-hmm. They can kind of be, a little wild. You know what I mean? Number 3 about the African American guys. They are very selective, so I like that they have a selection of what they want. Let me see. So what I don't like about African American guys is because the inconsistency. I do not like that. What else do I not like? How you can go from being respectful to disrespectful that quick with a female. What else I don't like about African American guys is them dating outside their race.
Okay, get ready for your African guys.
I sure will.
What are the 3 things you like about African American guys and the 3 things you don't like about African American guys?
African American guys, 3 things I like. Relatable. From birth to current. Like, I think they're easy to relate to things. You could easily pick up on a joke or something like that. Nothing has to be explained.
Okay.
Another thing I like about African American men is I think going places you're not as concerned about bringing them around family, work, or anything. Not to say, I want to make sure, like, an African friend will be comfortable. So you want to go through measures with them, but with an African American gentleman to bring out somewhere, you're just like, oh yeah, this is Ken. Not even worry about it. But another thing that I like about African American men is I think they're don't judge me thinking I'm always talking about sex things. It's their foreplay or intimacy might be more of a connection. I think like they might
African guys foreplay not good.
No, it is. And this is not like tomato kind of thing. I know it's based off the individual, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I think maybe they'll, I don't know, cuddle, talk afterwards or something like that more that I've experienced.
Okay.
Things I don't like about African American men is they're not as willing to help and put into the relationship or with the kids or something like that. They're not as eager to step up and participate. And this is just from what I've experienced. Another thing that I may not be fond of with African men is they don't always, to me, present themselves according to their environment. And I get it, they want to just keep it real all the way around the back. So you might take them to a company function and they're like, hey, what's up, man? Just dapping up and just keeping it their normal self, where you might want them to just play the part just a little bit more. Another thing with African American men, my last thing would be I feel like with some, there's a little selfishness where they may put themselves, like maybe there might be something needed for the household, but they'll go out and buy 20s or some ring, you know, put something on their car or something like that, or be like, you know, come back with some Jordans that they just had to have. Where I could see like an African American man, an African make sure their home is okay.
Okay.
Or whatever.
That's good. Tanika.
All right, now for me, for my Mandingo brothers. All right.
What do you know about Mandingo?
Oh, baby. You don't even want to know. That's another topic. All right. So as far as the three things that I do like about my African brothers is I like it because they're very family oriented. They like that unity. You know what I'm saying? I love that because I like being around a lot of people. I'm very outgoing. I'm very, inviting. They're very inviting.
Okay.
And I like that. Another thing that I like about them is they don't mind, like I said again, they have good values and morals, strong foundation of what we need as African American families, strong foundation for our family. You know what I mean? So they have more strength in that area, and I like that because they're gonna take care of home. You know what I mean? So I like that. Another thing that I like about I don't know. I'm like her. Their work ethics. I love their work ethics. They finna go out there and try to get a business. Whatever the case may be, they work ethics be popping. It's like they determined. They'll work all day and night like some Hispanics. You know what I mean?
Oh, I should have
So
said
they really.
No, I'm so sorry to interrupt her.
I'm serious.
Remember,
They gonna go out there and get it.
Part 2 will be coming
They
up.
gonna go out there and get
Part
it.
2 will be coming up.
That's a plus and a negative to me.
It's a plus.
Because then their quality time is minimal sometimes.
It is.
Because they're so
It
driven.
is.
They're so driven.
They so driven. And then we have the negative that I like. They be working with something like they, packing or whatever, but they don't know how to use it. The ones that I've come across sexually, I really haven't been bonded with nobody sexually that are African. African men. Like it's like sex is sex. It's no emotion. It's not emotion. It's not no emotion. Yeah, it's like not no emotions behind it. Like it's just like okay. So, okay. So that's what that is. Another negative thing that secrets.
Secret?
Yeah, they love keeping secrets. They will keep a secret from you and still carry on, while they trying to, when they know, I don't like that. I don't like that. They'll keep a secret from you, and until it finally comes out and then, they have to tell you. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. And then another one is another negative. I don't know. Another negative trait.
I know it's hard, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another negative trait with them is they could be stubborn. I've come across that where they can be very stubborn.
Okay. African guys, sometimes it's not easy to handle African guys sometimes, and sometimes it's easy to handle them. Sometimes it's not easy to handle African American women, or sometimes it's easy and smooth to handle this individual. What's your advice to have for African guy who want to be in relationship with African American women and African American woman who don't want to be in relationship with African guy? What's your advice? Just a minute.
Be open. Yeah, be open to receiving each other's likes and dislikes, and advice for an African man wanting to date an African American woman. I would say, I don't know, they do pretty good at that. I keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
And for those that are hard to win over, just be consistent. And don't give up so quickly. Because I feel like the ones I've encountered move pretty fast and they want, you to reciprocate in that same measure. And we've been through a lot, would you not say? So we're just not right off the bat jumping into a relationship. So yeah, be patient. And for an African American woman wanting to date an African man, that's my main thing, is to be open.
Okay. Thank you for your advice.
I'm just gonna sum mine up because everybody, I mean, both parts has to play their role. I just think that, you know, you should be honest, you know, and be yourself. Like, you don't have to put up like this image. Nobody is perfect. So I believe that honesty, consistency, and just, you know, being real and being yourself, those are pretty much the main keys that I feel when dating or trying to get to know somebody, period.
Open up. Be real. Don't keep a secret. Somebody don't like that. Part 2 is coming up, or part 2 will be coming up. Thanks for watching. This is African Media 247. My name is Royal King. Like I said earlier on, my lady said, or my sister said, black empowerment. So far as you have the melanin in you, you know where to go. Somebody said, I don't care about race. It's up to you. It's up to him. It's up to her. Whatever. Think about it. Put your comments down below. Subscribe to African Media 247. Thanks so much. Watch out for part 2. My name is Royal King. Bye.
African Media 247.
Keep watching African Media 247.
Us about the rights on the line and to stay close. The press is free, the people know their right and to stay close. My name is Achame Kwame, the rap doctor, and you are on Africa Media 247. We are here 247. Allah.